Hi everyone, Diana here saying welcome, and Daisy's here too. She's right here standing next to me. She's going to go lay down in just a few minutes. We're here with our weekly messages and perhaps a prediction or two for January 21st to the 27th. That's January 21st through the 27th. And we thank you so much for coming back every week. And for those of you who are new, we welcome you. So glad to see you. We're going to get a message from Philip. I'll talk about that in a few minutes. And I do have some messages for you this week. But first, I have a favor to ask. And I keep looking down at Daisy here. Those of you who are familiar with Daisy, she loves your messages. By the way, I read them all to her, and I tell her how much she's loved by all of you, and she really is. And I know all of you love your four-legged beloved ones as well. So thank you for that. Now, she may let me give you this message. She may not. So here's my favor to ask of you. The other morning about 3 o'clock, I woke up and I had a message from Facebook, and they said that you have to have, over the last 12 months, you have to have and maintain 1,000 subscribers and have 4,000 hours of viewing time. Well, I think if I can calculate, and I'm not good at that, but if I calculated correctly, I think we're getting to the 4,000 hours. However, I don't yet have 1,000 subscribers. We're about 40 short. So if those of you who are subscribing, thank you so much. Please tell your friends. And if those of you who are listening are not yet subscribers, I would deeply appreciate your subscribing. The reason this is that YouTube wrote to me and they said I have to do this is because I do have ads on my channel. Oh gosh, I know they're a pain in the neck. We don't like those ads interrupting, and I will tell you the reason I have them is it does help a little bit financially. Not a lot, but a little bit. So I understand why the advertisers want to be with people who have at least 1,000 subscribers. So I would like to continue that. I thank you for putting up with the ads, and I certainly thank you so much for Daisy's thanking you too. So thank you. That's my favor to ask. If you aren't a subscriber, please subscribe. And if you aren't or are, tell your friends. Thank you so much. Now, let's get into this week's messages. What it feels like for this week, again, that's January 21st to the 27th, what it feels like is, and Daisy is definitely getting attention here, but what it feels like for this week is it's a time to breathe. It's an opportunity. It's like the energy has just tampered down just a little, settled down, and it will start exploding again. But I think this week we can take a breather. Maybe later toward the end of the week it'll be we won't be able to have that breather, but right now this week feels calm. And I say that because that breath is going to be really important this week. How we breathe is also important. It's what we're thinking when we're breathing. And so I want to just give you a couple of really easy ways to change your mood. And remember, as we change our moods, we're changing the mood of the world. So before I fall asleep at night, my mantra is, as I breathe in, I take in love. So I breathe in love, and I breathe out love. That very simple, breathe in love, breathe out love. Simply thinking that, or even saying it aloud, I breathe in love, I breathe out love. That, my friends, will change your life. It will also help to change our world. And that's this week. We have that opportunity to breathe in love and breathe out love. You've heard me say it before. Love isn't just namby-pamby. Love is about those actions that we take toward ourselves and toward others. Daisy has an itch, and you might hear her tags clicking there. She wants to make sure we know she's around. So she will have to check to see why her collar was bothering her. Anyway, we want to breathe in love. We want to breathe out love. And we can use any word we want depending upon what's going on in our lives. We can certainly say something like, I breathe in calm. I breathe out tension. I breathe in perfect health or good health. I breathe out illness. Whatever it is we want to shift there in our life. If we're in a traffic jam or we're driving on roads that are uncomfortable, certainly we can breathe in calm and breathe out stress. We can know that we're not alone in the car when we're driving. We can call in those spirits to help us drive. More than once on icy roads, I've called in help, and I always get it. You can too. This is the week. It feels so strong that this is the week that we have the opportunity to deepen. We have that opportunity to get in touch with our spirit guides, with our angels. We have that opportunity to pick that book up that we've been meaning to read off the shelf and look at it, study it, go a little deeper. This is the time. And I think this energy for going deeper is going to last. And in fact, I think this whole year that's going to be important, but it certainly is this week. So again, pick those books up that you've been meaning to read, or go to those workshops you've been looking at. This is the week to breathe and let that breath have meaning. For those of you who are used to breathing with your shoulders, I will demonstrate, but I'm going to do it exaggerated. So we tend to breathe and we tend to go, instead of breathing in through the diaphragm, which expands our chest, expands our belly as we bring that breath in, and then our bellies and our chest will will go smaller as we breathe out. Guess who? She went over and for a moment laid down, but now Daisy's back with us. So anyway, it's the breath in and the breath out. The breath in and the breath out. And use those words that you want to bring into your life on the words that you want to send out to the world. That's the message for this week. It's a calm week for those of us who choose calm. That doesn't mean we won't see those strange weather patterns, but it's like we have a breath of spring. And I know weather predictors, they have forecasted where I live here in the Midwest, that opportunity for spring-like weather for a few days. The other day, one of my clients and I were talking, and this particular client lives in Southern California, and I used to live in Southern California, and so we had this little conversation about how in Southern California, we don't have those opportunities weather-wise to go inward. In the Native American medicine wheel, we have, in not all tribes do we enter from the east, but in the one I practice, we enter from the east. And then the east is the beginning of the new day. It's the new dawning. And then we go to the south, which is the fullness of life, the fullness of the new day. And then we go to the west. And the west is where we find the bear. And in the winter, it's the time of going inwardly, like the bear goes into hibernation. Those of us who have the 4 seasons, we get to go, it's like an automatic, it's winter, we want to go inward. My client and I were talking about, it's a little bit harder in Southern California. So even if you're in a beautiful climate where you don't have sub-zero weather, or you don't have a lot of snow on the ground, or you don't have those radical weather shifts, it's still a time to go inward. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, it might be just the opposite for you, but what I'm getting worldwide, this is a week for that going inward, so please do. Let's take a look at what Philip has for us, and it helps if I hold the book upright. This is one of the books I have. This is an oracle book. This is my spirit guide who gave me this book, and each page has a different wisdom on it. So what we do is we just flip through here, and we think left page or right page, and then we get our message from Philip. So get in your mind left page or right page, and we'll just start flipping through and see where we have to stop. Okay, ready? Here we go. Well, there we go. Let's see what that says. I am getting left, but a lot of times we also read right. But this is what the left page says. The bud of the flower will not grow where only weeds are planted. The bud of the flower, the bud, B-U-D, of the flower will not grow where only weeds are planted. Well, imagine that. That's what we've been talking about. If we're breathing in anger, and we're breathing out anger, if we're breathing in sadness and we're breathing out sadness, if that's all we're breathing, that's what we're going to breed. If that's all what we're breathing, B-R-E-A-T-H-I-N-G, that's what we're going to breed, B-R-E-E-D, for the world. So use this week to remind yourself, I'm breathing in love, and breathe out love. Let me read it one more time. The bud of the flower will not grow where only weeds are planted. Oh, my friends, instead of planting weeds, plant those weeds with flowers that bloom on them, or plant the flowers that you want to see grow. Now, I did say I'm going to read the right because I think there has meaning here, even though I think the left was our message. Find peace and war will be meaningless. Find peace and war will be meaningless. I challenge you this week to breathe in love, breathe out love. And I challenge you to find the higher purpose for everything that happens in your life. There's always a higher purpose. There's always a spiritual purpose for that which happens. So I challenge you, my friends, to whatever happens in your life or around your life, see if you can find the bigger story, the higher purpose. Well, Daisy and I are going to say goodbye, so I'm going to just, forgive me for jiggling the phone here, but I'm going to take it off the tripod for a moment and see if I can get Daisy here. You wanna say hello? You wanna say hello? She's being a little bit shy, but from Daisy and me, I guess I'll have to go maybe down to her. And let's see if we can do that. All right? Here, Daisy. Daisy. Well, I'm not sure she's going to look up here. She keeps putting her head down on my lap, so we'll just leave Daisy alone. And we'll say to you, thank you for being with us today. We love you. We're sending your love. We're sending you love. We're holding you in love. Thank you. Thank you for the love you send to the world. And thank you for subscribing to this channel and telling your friends. Until we meet again. Bye for now.